I am pleased to introduce Jim Abbot, who is Business Development Director at CME Group during the Risk Management and Trading Conference 2023. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you so very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Well, I would like to start talking about volatility. Tell us about volatility indexes, in particular, the launch by CME of Sigue. How can investors and fund managers use Sigue?
Yeah, thank you for that. We're very happy to announce that we've developed Sigue indexes, which are the first indexes of implied volatility using simple variance. And what that means is we take the prices of all of the options on the all the options from the exercise prices on the volatility curve and bring them into one simple number, making it a much more robust view of forward-looking 30-day volatility for the marketplace. This makes it easy for our customers to understand and view volatility, where sometimes an at-the-money volatility would be a simple view, where this is a more robust view for them, and they can see how option pricing is predicting that risk in the future for their products.
Okay, interesting. And what's the difference between the Sigue and the VIX, or how do they relate?
They actually don't relate. They are similar products. They both do encompass volatility measurements. The VIX is for the equity asset classes. For Sigue, we are currently offering it on our 5 major asset classes, which are energy, FX, interest rate, ags, and metals. So we are not competing with them head to head. There is a difference in the methodology, which we think ours is superior, and in our simplicity, where you can compare them asset class to asset class. So you can look at volatility in metals with interest rates, per chance, right? For the VIX, it's a fantastic product. It's done on log variance, and I don't want to get too technical here, but with log variance, it doesn't allow for prices to go below zero. So sometimes it's more difficult to compare with simple variance because we value each one equally. You can compare one asset class to another, where with that one, you don't get it. And also with the volatility curve, sometimes it doesn't. Wouldn't necessarily predict a recession, but it could show our clients that the market is pricing in that uncertainty, and they're giving a higher premium on that uncertainty and using that for hedging risk.
Okay.
I don't want to use it I don't want to say for certain it would predict a recession, but yes, that's a good use case, right? Seeing changes in volatility ahead of the futures moves could give you some insight into how the market is forecasting for risk.
Great. Finally, climate change is definitely affecting livestock, grains, and other commodities. How do you foresee this will evolve?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, right? And beyond for the marketplace, we're here mainly to primarily manage that risk. So if people are seeing that again for Sigue, you see it in our meats, our hogs, and our cattle market. You see it in our grain markets. When something occurs that's unexpected, Sigue can not predict that, but can show that the market is concerned about that, and the volatility will move one way or the other. So keeping an eye on Sigue could certainly help people with that, with the climate change and for both the meats and the grains. It's all cyclical, and we are in an environment right now where that is certainly a concern.
Okay. And what about the Mexican peso?
The Mexican peso is interesting. We've had tremendous growth in the futures contract over the last year. The options market is still growing, but the great part about that is we have enough volume in the futures to where we have committed markets in the options. And with the options price, with the options two-sided liquidity, we can then derive an accurate volatility curve and anticipate where people are pricing risk. So it's an incredible indicator of where future movement may be in the Mexican US dollar currency trade.
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's an honor to have you here at the Risk Management and Trading Conference 2023.
Thank you so very much for having me. I really enjoy it. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, and see you on the next interview for RiskMathics.